Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a beautiful princess who had a big problem. Every night she had the same dream. She would dream that she was trapped in a tower, and no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't get out. She would wake up in a cold sweat and then spend the entire day wondering if she was actually in danger. One day she decided she'd had enough. She was going to find out what was in the tower and why she kept dreaming about it. So she went to the king, her dad, and asked him if he could build her a tower, just like in her dream. The king was very worried, but he didn't want his daughter to be unhappy, so he agreed. It took the builders several months to complete the tower, but when it was finished, the princess was so happy. It was exactly like the one in her dream. She invited the king to come with her so they could climb to the top together. And as they climbed, she noticed that the walls of the tower were very familiar. They looked just like the walls of her bedroom. When they finally reached the top, the princess felt a sense of relief. There was no trapdoor, no one trying to scare her. She could see the entire kingdom from the top of the tower, and it was beautiful. But as they made their way back down, the princess noticed something strange. All of the bricks on the tower seemed to be moving. At first she thought she was just being silly, but then she realized that the bricks were actually alive. They were little people, men, women, and children, all working together to build the tower. The princess was horrified. She had known that the tower was a metaphor for something in her life that was trapping her, but she hadn't realized that it was actually a prison for these tiny people. She immediately started to cry, and the king, not knowing what to do, did the only thing he could think of. He called for the royal executioner and ordered him to tear down the tower and set the prisoners free. The executioner got to work right away, and soon the little people were free to leave the tower. They thanked the princess and the king and told them that they would never forget what they had done. Then they all marched off together, the men, women, and children, all in a line, to start their new lives outside the tower. And as for the princess, well, she never forgot the lesson she learned that day. No matter how much we think we have to let go of something in our lives, whether it's a bad habit or a toxic relationship, we can't do it unless we first understand that it's hurting other people. Because sometimes what we think we want isn't actually what we want at all. It's what we've been conditioned to believe is right. But once we open our eyes and see the truth, we can make a real change. And that, my friends, is the end of the story.